Captain, you ready?
We can make it if we try.
Captain.
What the? I guess I'm the captain now. Proceed.
What is going on, everybody out there in podcast land? How are you?
What up?
Hello, my darlings.
Happy Tuesday. Man, we got a packed chat already. Who do we got? Let's get the thingy up. All right, we got the thingy. I see Istig, Growing the Mitten, Timmy B, Terp Therapist, Brother Bear, Budsy Ohio, Easy Breeze. What up, everybody?
Hello, chat. We're thrilled you're here.
And what up to you, Monster G3?
Evening, sir.
How you been?
Pleasure
And
to be here, as always.
the tuxedo cat behind you.
We have a cat cameo.
Beautiful tux.
Where is he?
He's all
Hi,
dressed up tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Happy to have you here. And just as I am extremely happy to be Rockefeller weed rich once again. Oh, it is so nice to have
Sigh
$4
of
again.
relief.
Oh my God, let me tell you guys. I didn't think I was going to make it on OPP.
Oh my goodness, I didn't think we were going to make it.
I know. I was tapping out the local sources, you know. Special shout out to local skunk. Thank you very much. You at G3 you as well. But and the whole community taking care of old Captain over here, getting through hard times.
Just
It's
don't
not
be
the
silly
first,
now.
it won't be the last.
I sure hope not. Well, I sure hope it was. Yeah, you know, and I got a plan, a real good plan going forward this time, you know. Involves keeping up with my IPM, of course. Of course. Don't want any more unwanted garden menaces up there. But
So what are you going to be changing?
it's really just about making it part of the routine, like weekly routine.
Gotcha.
And at this point, like having done it every fucking day for the last 8 weeks, like doing it once a week will feel like nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a walk in the park, right?
For real. So the habit's ingrained in me now, and I can just move ahead with good practices. But, you know, I told you guys I cleaned, I sanitized everything. I just, you know, aired the whole attic out, got some good light in there, and just, I felt like the time was right, so I popped some more beans.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, there shan't be a dormancy as long as there was. Like there, you know, you should always have something in flower. Put it that way.
That's hard. That's hard to do. Life
It is.
sometimes says no, but
What did
it's
you pop?
nice to always have something in flower.
I popped some awesome stuff. You know, I mean, do we want to talk about what we're smoking first, or do we just want to get right into it and come back to that?
I kind of want to know. Are we going to forget? We might forget. I
We'll
want to know what
probably
beans you
forget.
popped.
I know. All right. We'll just hang on the topic at hand. So, of course, I had to pop 2 Ram Scotties because I'm devastated that I lost my cut. You know, like it was my favorite plant that I've ever grown. I wish I had it. I miss it. and I hope I can find her again. So just throwing 2 random beans from the pack in. That's what I did the first time. Hopefully something like one of the 2 reminds me of the one I got, and if not, I got 2 more.
And maybe you'll get something better.
Of course, that's
Maybe the one that you loved so much before was only second best.
I mean, man, if that happened, I'd be a happy, happy captain.
It's like
And
the
that's always
endless treasure hunt of cannabis genetics, right? You
Oh, yeah.
never know what the
That's
next
part
one's gonna
about
be.
popping beans. It's like scratching a lotto ticket. Oh, this is it. This is it. This is the big winner. And you can feel it in your bones sometimes. But I just hope I find something as good as the one I found the first time. Really, because I feel like that was a lucky find. But yeah, gotta have 2 of those. I popped 2 root beer sauce from our buddy Big Green Guy, which is root beer. George's root beer crossed with the sauce. Yeah.
Good choice.
Wow, that's a fun combo.
Yeah, right. I just, after hearing, all the great things Monster was saying about George's root beer, having tried it myself, I loved it. And then on top of that, the medicinal qualities of the sauce. My wife's headaches have been coming back. She needs that stuff. Mm-hmm. It's really good for that TMJ. Like loosens up your jaw muscles. It's a strange problem. If anyone suffers with that, I feel for you. Mm-hmm. There's certain strains of cannabis that can help.
The sauce.
There's other ways to loosen up the jaw muscles.
Yeah, like what?
I'm not going to say.
Getting a big bucket of like double bubble.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that. Just because I respect your wife.
Well, yeah, man.
Yeah, but root beer sauce, that's going to be super fun.
I hope so. I'm excited for all of it. Yeah, obviously I'm excited for it. If I popped it, duh.
Is she a photo period?
Yeah. So that was one thing I was wondering too. Is so, from my understanding, George's root beer is a photo, right? Like it was GMO crossed with like a Rise or George or something from Irie.
Yeah, George.
And then it's Odin Sons, right? Which is an autoflower, correct? And that's the combination that is.
Well, what's the sauce?
Well, the sauce is wait. Yeah, I'm missing something there.
Is the sauce? I mean, I think the sauce must be a photo period too.
Yeah,
I think the sauce is half photo period, but I know there's
Cat
some
my
auto
darlings, you guys know.
lineage. Yeah, we know Odin Sons.
Someone will
is.
tell us in the chat.
Yeah, Odin Sons and on. But what is the sauce?
The sauce is half Odin Sons and half something else, and then so we're hearing it's a photo period.
Yeah, it's a photo.
So, and that I guess is just like if you cross the auto and the photo.
Thank you, Paranoid Grower. By the way,
you get that F1. That's not going to be an auto, right? It might be a faster flowering photo, and then you may introduce some of those like. Not like the off-brand cannabinoids, let's say, which are pretty common in autoflowers, I would say, more so than sometimes photo periods. That's where the sauce gets its medicinal qualities from. So I don't know. It's that F1 where it's not like an auto yet. He didn't breed it into an auto, so it's interesting though. I'm just. Definitely.
Are the rest of what you're growing photo
breeder,
period?
Yeah, I'm not a breeder, so you
gotta
ask him in the Discord. So I got 4 photo periods there, 4 feminized photo periods. That was one thing I was looking for in this run. I do want a kind of a fast turnaround in this particular run. And then, yeah, I opted for 2 autos as well, which, just got to grow your bro's gear, of course. So Alabrije and Mr. Auto Grow got those tangy rainbows. I popped 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And my plan
Are
is
you
to
just going to
wash.
run them? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Are you going to run them when they're in flower on 12/12? Or are you going to split them up?
They will be in a separate tent, G3. So I'll give them the full, like, recommended autoflower treatment and light cycle. But it is also the veg tent, too. So, they're just going to stay in there until the photos are ready to transplant. They're off to the races.
I have well, I guess they are seedlings. I have seedlings right now on 12/12 because they're inside with a photo period. Because photo periods are annoying.
What, you got yours in flower, of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's that cherry banana bomb that I was super, super, super late on. God, she's so pretty. Her leaves are gorgeous.
Oh,
But
you're gonna
yeah,
love her.
she's in flower. She's gonna take a little bit longer. So I've got these baby girls hanging out in 12/12. It's not great for them, but it's not gonna it won't do anything
Yes.
but keep them smallish, and that's not that big of a deal.
Life in the slow lane.
Miniature auto flowers.
The B-side. Must have been a B. Was that a B-side?
It was. Wait. Who said it in the chat? Just made me think of it.
The Eagles.
There you go. Paranoid grower. Yeah, it's the slow lane. When you got your autos running in the 12/12 tent.
Yep.
That's funny.
In my experience, because I've done this a couple times, it just slows them down. They just take a lot longer.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
He was So this is actually funny. There is someone in the chat named The Slow Lane, which is who Paranoid Grower was talking to. But
Happened to be really coincidental.
Looks like
It's
Captain's
just-
traveling in the slow lane tonight.
Hey, man. No, I'm putting the pieces together. My brain's firing on all cylinders tonight.
All right, did you tell us what you were smoking?
No, it's so I got grape juice in bong tonight. Grape juice number 1. She's phenomenal. Like I think I said Concord grape and gas. I let her go a little long, like she's like 30% amber, so a little stony, but also uplifting, focused. Like it's a really good combo. And I will say, I have not noticed any lack of terps, any lack of the quality I was getting with the full organic regimen, with the orgthetic regimen that I was running this round. Synganic for you lay people out there.
Sorry, my cat just fell off the chair.
That almost sounded like a sound effect.
That's funny.
He slipped and he got caught.
They don't like that. They get embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do. But yeah, so
Yes,
I'm
I do.
happy. I'm happy as shit. Like I said, with full jars of, I'm with stuff I'm enjoying a lot. What are you guys smoking? You got something
Monster,
lit,
what you got?
Monster. Yeah.
This is some pure Michigan flower that a friend of mine grew, mixed with that pure Michigan live resin. Just been mixing it in joints, getting faded. I really needed to get faded tonight.
Yeah, man. Meat terps galore.
Yep.
I love it. It's one of the, all-timers, I would say.
Yeah, it's something I got to grow again. I'll get the cut back from him. I got to run this shit again. Pure Michigan's just a home run. Every pheno I've grown just tastes really good. It seems to yield pretty well. It's super easy to fucking trim. It's one of those ones where you just kind of flick off the leaves.
Man, that counts for so much.
It does. It grinds up really nice, like a good consistency. The joints just burn forever, especially when you mix them with fucking live resin. Um, that's it's a good all around smoke, man. Some people really don't like it. It's offensive. My wife complains when I smoke it around her. But yeah,
Well, the polarizing ones are also the ones that I like. Like it's either love them or hate them, and Pure Michigan is definitely in that ballpark.
Yeah.
The funky ones.
Meat terps. Gross. I'm definitely a basic bitch when it comes
it's
to
not
terp
just
profiles.
the Pure Michigan's kind of complex though. It's not just meat terps. I almost get like
Yeah.
a bit of like that soap terp. I don't even know what you'd call it,
Oh,
but
like
it's
Mm-hmm.
the Irish Spring soap terp.
yeah, it's like I don't know. It's a bit soapy. It's kind of hard to describe. Um,
Word.
and it's just funky and nasty, and um, it's one of those ones where you come back into the room after smoking it, and you're like, God damn,
Mm-hmm.
like gotta air this
A little
place out.
foul, for
Yeah,
sure.
you know,
Just it has that right like cannabinoid cocktail. It does something like it definitely is one that gets you like extra stoned. If you're looking to get like faded, like you said, Pure
yeah,
Michigan's one to reach for
yeah.
sure.
I just remember the funniest reaction I've seen is Mac actually, Mac Attack. Shout out to Mac.
Yeah,
Oh, I
At
miss
I miss
him.
you, Mac.
when we got that Airbnb in Boston, and he was just sitting in the fucking chair,
Oh yeah,
like laid back. I'm like, dude, you good? He's like, dude, that Pure Michigan just fucked
it
me up.
slaps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. We had that stuff going all night.
Yeah, plenty of people. There
Yeah,
was just so much shit going around all night. Yeah. That was,
and then Brandon from in house came, and it just got wild.
yeah, it was a
It shit just got
ruckus.
wild. It just got wild. But yeah, we should have him back on, dude. I'd love to hear what he's up to.
Yeah.
Speaking of like, good photo periods that I was rummaging through, popping beans, looking for stuff to. I was wondering just like, I wonder what such and such has that's new, and I'm just like browsing the seed banks and stuff. But then I looked in my collection of beans that I got so many I need to pop.
Yeah.
So many I need
It's
to pop.
at this point it's kind of silly to order new beans for
Yeah,
anybody,
yeah.
really. I
I
mean,
know. And it's just like I said, grow your bros gear. And that was kind of, you know, wanted to do that. So
Hmm.
shout out Al Brihe, big green guy.
Plus, they kill it. Like,
Yeah, no, absolutely. Plus, it's gonna be fire. You just know it.
spectacular work. Oh
What
my gosh,
about
I have this tangy tip. Speaking of Alabria, I have this tangy tip iguana growing.
Do you?
She's like one of the OG tangy tip iguanas. She's from
Oh,
the
nice.
number of seeds that you gave me that he originally gave you, like
Hell yeah.
way back when.
Oh my, those were like the beasts of plants. They were just crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm dealing with now. Even on 1212, all right. She went like she was out of the seed in no time. I was like, "Geez, girl, calm down. Let me get you in the soil. Like, chill." And popped up huge leaves. Like she's going for it. This
Like
girl is
no time to
full
wait.
beast mode at like 3 or 4 days old. I'm like, you have got to chill.
No, they have no chill. G3, the Tangies
She doesn't. Tangy tip iguana has zero chill.
has no chill. I'm expecting the Tangy rainbows to be exactly the same.
Yeah, she gets big,
Yep.
tall.
I'm
She's
gonna
so
scrog them out. Two and a 3x3. That's my plan.
G3, what are you smoking on?
Oh, I have this what is it? Cherry gelato. It was sent
Mhm.
to me from somebody in our community who does not want to be named, but he did spectacular work.
Nice.
Amazing. It's super cherry. I don't know who the breeder is. I'll have to find out. But super, 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 super cherry, and then like creamy at the end.
I mean,
Yeah.
sounds just like
It's amazing.
The,
It's
the name
exactly
of the strain
what you would
is
expect.
what you would expect. Yeah.
Yep. A lot of cherry strains I get, like cherry at the very end, like it's not very cherry up front. It always seems to be an end note. This has a very cherry, like forward note. So she's nice. I
Interesting.
like her.
Like a red cherry, like a black cherry. You know what I mean? Those red ripe cherries you get in
Yeah.
the summer, or
Yeah,
a
not like a
dark black
maraschino
cherry.
cherry. I would say like a
Oh no, fuck those things.
no, like a dark red cherry, like one
All
that
right,
almost looks like like miniature plums.
all right,
You know what
cool.
I'm talking about?
Yeah, like a designer maraschino.
No, not a designer merch.
The fuck is
They
that?
have
The
they have
fuck?
like if
No.
you ever go to like one of expensive cocktail bar, they'll have like not like the big jug of those bright like Bozo the Clown red fucking cherries that if you ever see how they're made, you'll never eat one, I promise you. But they
A
do
maraschino
make
cherry?
there are like real ones that are like craft maraschinos and are actually really good.
I thought they just okay. All right. I guess I am kind of unaware of how maraschino cherry, like
Oh yeah,
the
no, you don't
origin
want
of
you don't want to
maraschino
eat
cherries. I just figured
the
they'd
bright
drop
red
in
ones.
grenadine.
No, you don't want to eat them.
I can
Leave it
imagine.
at that. Just leave it
Okay.
at that.
All right. I don't want to know.
If you like them, I don't know. Just stop right now. It's a bad habit. You got to quit. Don't eat the cherries in your drinks. But
Now you have me worried. Should
I
I be
seen,
worried,
but
Kat?
it's funny. I
I'm
seen a
really
lady
worried.
flip her shit like one time at a bar because she didn't want fruit in her drink. She just stood up and I said no fucking fruit, and just started like
holy
smashing
shit.
her glass against the fucking bar. Yeah, some people don't like
Wow.
that shit. And she wasn't
Okay
even
then.
drunk either. Like you would think that, you know, she was getting there.
Like
Obviously,
that lady who was like on the plane, like that guy motherfucker's not real back there.
I want to know whatever happened to that. Like who she was talking
I need a
about.
follow up, right?
Yeah, whatever happened. You notice how nothing ever came of that. Like there was no follow up.
I mean, we're just led to believe she was some
Crazy.
insane, crazy person,
Yeah,
but I don't know.
maybe
It's
she
like,
wasn't. That's what I'm saying.
That's what it's reminds me of just a side note, like my cat, just little combo, being a crazy kitten, and he's swatting at stuff that isn't there. Just like I can't see.
I was going to say, just because
That-
you can't see it
that-
doesn't mean it's not there.
That's when I realized, yeah, like, oh God, what is like he may be tuned into a dimension that I just can't perceive.
It's possible.
What is he swatting at? And then I had to burn sage and get crucifix out. And just
Maybe you're swatting at spider mites.
no, shut up. You shut your mouth. Don't you curse me with that. No, dude. They're forbidden from this residence. I did incantations in Latin. I read
Wow,
from
there's a word
the
I haven't
spell
heard in
book.
fucking decades.
I did.
Incantations. Jesus Christ.
I burned offerings to the grow gods that I would not be cursed.
Okay, so now you don't have spider mites, but
my
you have
harvest.
a demon instead.
I mean, listen,
You promise?
I'd rather have a demon than spider mites. Just saying.
I'm married to a redhead.
So you know what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Was I thinking of Luxardo cherries? Really? No, I don't know, man. I'm
I'm
thinking
just talking about
maraschinos.
like big wild cherries.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually smoked a cherry strain that really reminded me of cherries.
That's why this was
I'm on
I
that.
didn't
surprising.
smoke cherry smashers, dude. That was a heavy
No.
cherry strain. Really?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I remember
really
you
liked that one.
talking about her.
Yeah, I smoked that a lot. Grew that a lot. Good strain.
Okay.
I find a true cherry is hard to find these days. Fruits
It's not-
seem to come and go. Like we're in a real big. It feels like we're in a big guava period right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big
Well,
guava phase.
People like all that. I like fruit and gas if you can find it. Um, the best
yeah,
one
man.
the best one I ever had, honestly, was a strain from Fresh Coast called Burnout. And I don't remember what was in it, but I just remember it being really fruity and gassy, and I was like, "Wow, that's just phenomenal."
Mm.
Um, it's such a different. It's such a pleasure to try different shit. You know, there's
Well,
so many different unique,
what's crazy,
terpene
dude,
profiles out there.
is that like they really do. Like when you get a strain that smells like the fruit name of the strain, it's like incredible. Like remember like the blueberries of back in the day where it was like it actually smells like blueberries. You know, like the blueberry muffin that you gave me, G3, where it's like wow,
Mm-hmm.
blueberry, like
Yep.
joints blueberry that I grew, where it was just like this distinct. There's no question about what fruit that is. It's blueberry. You can't mistake it. Even a novice, you hand it to like you're give it to your little cousin to smell in the car on a road trip. What's that remind you of? They're like, it's fucking blueberry. You know, you don't. No power of suggestion needed. It's that kind of shit. And it's crazy when you get it. But like, I've gotten that with blueberry, orange, lemon, grape,
Hmm.
strawberry. I haven't
Banana.
gotten it with cherry. Yeah, banana. I've definitely gotten it with banana. It's just wild how this one plant can like literally it can imitate almost any fruit or vegetable. I would think on the planet.
Isn't she amazing?
Our buddy neighborhood skunk grew this ketchup haze he was telling me about.
That name is just wild.
It's
That is a crazy name for a
yeah. He says
strain.
it smells like tomato and
Wow.
like ketchup. You know, like it's that's cool. You know, it's crazy. So yeah, there's and it's like
Ketchup.
there's still more to be found. So just keep on all those crazy ideas y'all have out there of like, oh, I wonder what would happen if I smashed those two genetics together. Just fucking do it. Make seeds, you know,
Oh yeah, everybody should do that at least once. Fuck.
for sure. Yeah, we're sounding off in the chat. What vegetable terps do you want to see in your breeder's next release?
I'm good with that, man.
We got broccoli terps. like like they smell when you're steaming them, just like farts. You mean that kind
Yeah,
of terp? Ugh,
sulfur.
I
I'm
don't know,
good.
man. I don't know.
Keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah, vegetables aren't usually they don't have the best aromas. I would say.
Yeah. I could rock out with like some cucumber terps.
Oh yeah,
I think those would be pretty good.
though isn't that technically a fruit?
I think so.
Cucumber?
Like botanically?
I don't fucking know. They say
Yeah.
tomatoes are fruit too, technically.
Well, it is. It's
Yeah.
definitely
What is
definitely
it?
a fruit.
Anything that's a seed that has a seed.
Yeah, we got collard greens. I don't know. That's collard greens are a little
It's like a
stinky too.
stretch.
We got corn. Okay, corn would be all right. Like, yeah, I'm
I
down
could
with
see
corn
corn being
terps.
okay.
Subtle, subtle.
It
You
would
know.
be subtle.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
But when you get that really beautiful summertime corn, it has that like excellent sweetness to it. I could see that
Mm-hmm.
coming across in a profile, like very slightly savory
Cabbage.
and
All right.
sweet at
I
the
don't
same time.
know.
That'd be
And
nice.
now we've gone too far.
I don't know about cabbage. We got rhubarb, celery. Okay, carrots definitely are an aromatic vegetable,
Hmm.
and so are celery. So
I
yeah.
have had a strain before. Fuck, I cannot put my finger on which one it was. It was straight up celery salt.
Oh yeah. That was one of my Violet Beauregards. Remember I was saying I would like rummage through the fucking spice drawer to find the one that it
Yes.
reminded me of, and it was that.
Celery salt. So that has a
Yeah.
very like celery like profile to it.
For sure.
Hmm.
Did I see joint in the chat, by the way? I think I
I
did.
think
No.
you did. Hmm.
Or am I just seeing stuff? No, there he is. What up, What up, Jay?
Fucking loser.
Love you, man.
Oh yeah, are the grow alongs starting to come to a
There.
conclusion?
It is. It is. We are trying to organize all the people's pictures into like at least
All right.
one channel and
Do we know
thread.
what the can you go over what the submission is? Is it how many pictures can they submit?
They can submit as many as they have, basically. Like
Okay,
we're
so
looking
just like
for
a
your
profile.
best. We're looking for your best ones. You know, we're looking for kind of like not a grow report. We don't need it to be like very detailed, but
We want a 15-minute PowerPoint presentation as to why you
No.
think your plant is the sexiest.
you know, honestly, not gonna lie, like essays are going to be considered. Like if you do write like a heartfelt like opinion piece on why
I
your
thought you
plant
meant
should
my
be
homies, my essays.
my essays, dog.
Yeah.
We're gonna give them all the benefits.
Me and my essays, man.
No, you got
I got this.
if you write a little like prompt for us about like why we should consider your plant, like think like a Christmas story, like you're trying to impress the teacher with why you should get a Red Ryder BB gun. Yeah, write me a poem. Exactly. I want a poem why your plant should win. But in all honesty, like if you do have a reason why, like you overcame some obstacle during the grow that you thought was like noteworthy or impressive,
Yeah,
like that doesn't
lack of
come.
IQ.
I mean, that's an obstacle, dude. Perhaps the biggest one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, we're open to anything, man. But really, we're judging it on pictures, videos, and poems. So, creative writing of any type, screenplay. I don't care.
Haiku?
Yeah, for sure. Shorter the better. 575. That's all I need. Oh my God. But it's going to be extremely hard. That's all I'm saying. We're just trying to keep it organized. And yeah, just keep the submissions. We opened up a new channel in the Discord. It's like the, official Grow Along submission channel. So put them all in there. And good luck. Thanks for playing. It's going to be impossible. Like the pictures we've seen, like guys, I mean, you guys are so good.
It's ridiculous. I don't know how we're going to choose anything.
No, that's why I'm saying give yourself an edge with a little like humor or something that you add to it that's not just pictures. That's all I'm saying. Just an idea. Make yourself stand out. Do a fucking synchronized dance to like a 90s pop song.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, please
That's
don't.
definitely brownie point.
I know Monster was doing like him and his 4 buddies doing bye 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 to the camera back in the day.
Oh yeah, totally. That's what I was doing in my free time. 100%. You nailed it. Yeah. I told you that in confidence, man.
Still got the home video to prove it.
Goodness.
The 90s, what a time, guys. What a
The
time.
90s were fucking awesome.
What a time.
Yeah, they were.
What a time. So
We kind of sucked, but I mean,
yeah, it did. That was the only downside. But like
we didn't know any better, so it was awesome to us.
the scarcity of it and the lack of like confidence in the fact that you'd have it, and in the like the whole thing, like it made it just more like
Oh, it was
of
a
a
treasured
community.
commodity.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
And it was
You
like, it was,
treasured
yeah, yeah,
every
yeah.
leaf you had.
Yeah. You never like wasted anything. Like we smoked roaches down to the fucking tip of the tip that burnt your finger. Yeah, man.
That's why cones are great. You really enjoy it because there's sometimes they get gross at the end. You're not enjoying it. But then there's ones that are like just good down to the last drop. I find myself fucking smoking that thing like right down to the end. It's like a built-in roach clip. It's just
Yeah,
fucking perfect, you know.
I do love the cones.
And it doesn't get clogged.
Another key benefit,
Yeah,
for sure. For
I mean,
sure.
I'm cones all the way.
So here's a thing I wanted to bring up real quick. Is I smoked a cone the other day. Packed a fresh cone of my fresh harvest. It's reading 62% in the
Mhm.
jars.
That's a little high for my liking.
Too high.
That is what I wanted to discuss. Whoever came up with that number as the appropriate, like, this is the
I
relative
think they
humidity
took it
that you
from
want your weed
cigars.
at when you smoke.
They took it from the cigar community.
It
60
is,
60? Is that
it's
what you're
way
talking
too
about?
high.
It is too high, 100%. Yeah.
So I ask the chat, when you've smoked your best weed, like, in my opinion, like, sure, it's great to store it perhaps long term at 62%. That's going to keep moisture in it. That's going to make sure it's not
Joint just
dry.
nailed the number in the chat. 57%. It's like,
57.
yeah,
Yeah, I was going to
you're right.
say 56 to 58 is where I like to be.
Once it gets below 55, you're kind of fucked.
So in my experience, in all honesty, I don't like seeing it below 52,
Oh,
53.
52 is low.
Listen, but what I'm saying is I find it's far more about the temperatures that you've exposed it to and the light and like all of the other factors. Like when my weed's a little drier, A, it burns better. B, you're burning more combustible material in each hit. It's a more
So
condensed
we're,
hit.
we're kind of talking about two different things, though, like jar storage and smoking. Like to me, like,
Yeah.
so I like to take my nugs out and let them dry out a little bit because I like to just be able to just crumple it, right? But like I don't want them stored like that. Does that make sense? Like that's too dry. If you can just crumple it up with your finger,
But that won't happen at, I don't know, 52%. It's not, like, honestly,
you're
not
you're,
that
you're
dry.
getting close there.
So here's
Either
a
that
great,
or your meter's not accurate.
great comment. What are we talking about when we say RH? He says, so Badger's Bunk says RH has nothing to do with storage in a jar. It's about the moisture content. And yeah, like, so if you were talking,
It's
like,
relative,
ideally
though.
you want to measure the moisture content of the buds themselves.
Most people
So
aren't using a moisture meter. They're not going to be able to do that.
yeah, the way most people will do that is just sticking a hygrometer in their jar and measuring the RH of the air that's in the jar,
Yeah,
which
basically the
you would
microenvironment.
think
As
like
you
comes to
assume
an
over time,
equilibrium
it homogenizes, right?
with like the the moisture content of the buds. I mean,
Stabilize.
that's the
Yeah.
theory, right? Is that like it balances out, and by measuring the moisture of the air in the jar, you are in fact measuring the moisture of the buds when it's sealed up in the same space, right? Makes sense?
Close enough.
I mean, close enough. But yeah, you could use like a wood moisture meter, like I've heard people say, right?
Yeah, I have one.
And you want a different reading on that though, right? It's not RH. It's like you were looking for like 10,
it's like
12%
yeah,
something.
I am for around 12%.
Interesting.
But to be completely honest with you, I don't, and I will now. I don't think I've ever checked moisture content with a moisture meter after I've harvested. It's always like when it's drying because I don't really worry about it, especially now with the fucking grow bags. That shit's just bulletproof. I just set it and forget it, and then my daily smoke will come out of said bag into a jar, and I roll like that.
Word. So here's something else that's, gonna fuck with you. RH changes with temperature. Badger says moisture content of the plant doesn't. So you'll get different readings in your hygrometer with a different temperature. Like it's relative humidity. So it's not even like relative to what, Einstein. You know what I mean? Like I want actual humidity. How can I measure the actual moisture content of my buds? Like easily, reliably.
It's already been answered. Moisture meter.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
Then like we got to get on this.
Or like
we got to get on this.
Your brain like feeling the content of the buds and kind of gauging it like how you want it, because then that's what really matters. You can look at a number on a meter or whatever, and
just be like
yeah. Just whatever you do, before I forget to say, don't use fucking humidity packs.
No,
I will
not
fucking
a fan.
I will slap the shit out of you if you use those things. And if you do, just tuck your tail between your legs and go yank them out right now. Stop, because they rob flavor, terpenes. They totally they work their way into the flavor of the. I can taste bud that's been stored with those. It's fucking.
Now, I have heard in an emergency situation, it is okay to use them for short periods, like a day or two, to kind of try and salvage something that is either like I think it was probably too dry. But in any case, short term, not long term.
I mean, I guess but there's not just so many other better ways to do that if you really had to. Like, you're better off literally taking like a fucking damp or like wrung out paper towel almost and throwing it in the fucking bag and letting it get moistened that way.
Yeah.
I always just use leaves.
I've done the bread trick. We used to do the orange peel trick.
Dude, I've done the steam trick. Like, you can take like a face cloth,
add a leaf. Yeah,
you can take a face cloth, throw it in the microwave for 30 seconds, heat it up, and then put a spaghetti strainer upside down on top of that, and then just fill the fucking thing up with weed, and it'll rehydrate that shit instantly.
There's a lot of old tricks, man. Like those, got to do something to make that brickweed look real good again. People had all those techniques. I don't know. I think most people are smoking their weed too wet. That was my original complaint. I packed this joint, this cone. It was 62%. I couldn't even smoke it halfway down because it was so, you know what I mean? Like it was just too moist. Wasn't burning.
Did you feel that though in the grind? Like when you were grinding? Usually when it's that moist,
it wasn't like in the jar it'll like stick together. It's not. Yeah. It doesn't have that kinetic sand. It has that like almost like a Play-Doh-y consistency.
Usually, if you just leave that shit out for a couple hours, it'll.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You can always dry it out more. And then I just find I prefer the stuff, in all honesty, when like it's a little more dry than you're led to believe is advisable. And I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I like when I smoke my shit. I like it dry. I don't really want to use the grinder unless I have to. I want to just be able to just crumple it up with my finger real quick into a bowl or whatever. That's perfect for me. And that's probably, if I had to guess, that's probably way below 55%, probably like 50%. Maybe even lower.
52 is right. Like, honestly, where I like it when I'm smoking, it's like, it's this like not crispy, but it has like a more refined and like condensed quality to it. And that's like more bud in every.
Yeah, I'm with you.
In every pack. You know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know. So there's a fine line. So
I can see something like I like the slightly drier stuff for joints.
Fair.
But
Yeah, like
yeah,
in a
52 I think would
bong,
be
you
way
can
too
smoke
low for a bong.
a wet one in a bong.
Yes and no though. Like if it's too wet, it kind of gets like it doesn't smoke well in a bong
Yeah, it
either.
doesn't burn.
You leave a
either.
lot of like shit behind. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
dude, I'm just saying, like that 62 that to 58%, I think is we're being misled by the cigar industry, and I'm not. I
100%.
don't appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, we had to get these values from somewhere, so that's kind of where they just pulled them out of thin air. You know, hey, that makes
I think
sense.
it's too much, but
I agree.
I do like we had heard some people say Grove bags in the chat. Definitely like long term storage, man.
Yeah, I don't
Put
think
that
you can
stuff
beat
in
them.
Grove bags.
They it's fucking voodoo plastic shit. I was so I was well because I was skeptical,
It
man.
is.
Like I waited years before I fucking tried them, and I've told the story before, but once again I'll mention them again. Mac gave me like this huge fucking 7 gram nug in like a pound bag that I had thrown in my trunk in September and didn't fucking grab it until like March because I forgot it was there. And it was phenomenal. Like it
Yeah.
was perfect. All the hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold in the trunk of my car, dude. Like um the whole winter and everything, right? You know? Yeah, and it was fucking good. And I was like, wow, I gotta try these. And then yeah, I'm sold. Grow bags for the win.
Yeah, man. Great product. Another just off the top of my head, great product I've been using in the last week. I want to give a shout out to is Can. If you guys haven't checked out the Can, when you're germinating your seeds, this thing is a lifesaver. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah, I saw you've posted pitch with it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
it's it's basically what I was trying to achieve with my DVD case contraption and like wet paper towels. It like locks in moisture. You have water inside. It gives us like compartments for each little seed, keeps things real organized. And it's just like they give you the seed huggers too, which are like these little pinchers things that like it's a tool you can like make a little hole in the soil with the other side, grab the seeds once it's germinated, put it right in the hole. Man, just makes the whole process a lot more streamlined and like just reliable. They give you the heat mat, you put the thing right on the heat mat. I got tap roots in less than 36 hours. We were at like an inch long. You know, super fast. Super fast.
Nice.
So, yeah, great product. A lot of cool stuff out there right now. Like, and it just so happens to be coming up on 420. So keep an eye out for all
Yeah.
your deals right now. This is when
Yeah.
you stock up. All the pros know.
You should start seeing people announce shit, you know, coming up soon. I'm sure there are already a few people,
I
companies.
did. I saw my first one this morning.
Yeah.
Milky Way Glass is having 30% off for the whole month.
Yeah?
Yeah. I
Oh,
happen,
Need
I
some new glass.
love their work. They're
I'm gonna
beautiful.
check them out.
But there's going to be sales everywhere. So if you see them, drop them into the Discord. We'll
Yep.
put them in one place so people will know what's up. So we can save some money.
Please do. I mean, you always have to have some money set aside for 420 sales. I mean, just come on. You know you're going to need something. You know you're going to need something like in October, November. Like,
Isn't that the hard
what
thing
is
about
it you're gonna
growing,
need?
though? When you need something, when you're a grower, you need it, and you need it now.
I know. Just
Now,
try
when
to
you want
foresee.
something, sure, you can wait. But when you
I know. It's tough.
there's a certain elements that are a necessity in growing.
Yeah, I see a lot of people make
Yeah.
splurge purchases on 420, like things that they wanted, you know, because it's 20% off. You know?
Yeah, I can see it.
No,
If you
so
want that big light, it's a lot better to get it at 20, 25, 30% off
it
than
is.
and 10% or whatever you can get with a code or whatever you can find online. So yeah, 420. I actually don't know of anything I need right
Oh, come
now.
on. Oh, come on.
I mean, there's always stuff I want.
I mean, the girl's been growing a long time, and like,
She's just.
I'm
she's
kind of running
content.
on
It's a
autopilot
beautiful
right now,
thing.
to tell you the truth. Most of my grow is automated. I just kind of check in and see the girls once in a while. I wish I had more time to spend with them.
Here's
yeah,
the
like
thing.
if there was a sale on space,
I know, right?
like
Yeah.
and free
I
power.
know. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. No, I'm truly like, I could not add another tent to my attic if I tried. There's not a size that would fit. I don't have any more outlets that are available.
Yeah,
Like,
you're maxed out.
it's like the ones that are up there don't even, like, they have to be configured like in a certain way, or it all just, like, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? It's just, it's like Tetris, man. I swear, it's a big puzzle up there. But that's growing. You got to solve your own locations puzzle so you can achieve those ideal parameters for your plants. That's the game. That's the game. It's different for everybody. No matter, it depends where you're from, what time of year it is,
I like it because it
what
gives me
equipment you're
the
working with.
option as to how much time my plants take up in my life. I mean, just like everything else with this plant, she fits into my life perfectly, regardless of if I have a ton of time to spend with her or if I have no time. I can leave her for a week and not see her. She'll do fine. And that's just how things are set up down here. Would I like to be down here every day? Sure. And when my life allows me to, I am. So,
Amen.
miracles of growing. Make it fit your life.
Yeah, well said.
And you don't have to have autopots to make yourself automated.
No.
There are lots of ways you can do it, like wicking systems into 5-gallon buckets where you can like have them sit on top. There's all sorts of ways to give yourself
earth boxes.
time where your growing can fit. Yep, earth boxes
Can
are great.
make an earth box type thing in like a sip system, in a 5-gallon bucket. Like, it's, yeah. I mean, I've seen people use like 2-gallon jugs and like set up like a gravity fed watering line into a tray that their plants sit in. It's super simple.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to do it, man.
For sure. But that's the beauty of growing. It's like, what can you MacGyver for your space? It's not all. It's as much as we love them, and man, when you need them, use that code Cultivation. But I don't know. Try to DIY something before you go running over to AC Infinity and buying the latest gizmo or gadget.
Yep. Yeah, just don't. The whole purpose of DIY is to save money and have it be functional. Don't go spending more than you need to.
Sometimes you'll end up doing that, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
17
damn, I should
trips
have
to the
just
hardware
gotten
store.
the damn thing in the first place for me.
4 hours later,
Yeah.
2
Should've just
trips
used
to the
that
hardware store.
420 sale. gotten what I needed. Speaking of which, right? So we mentioned on another show, I was using this UIS plug for my lights. Having them automated with my controller 69, and that they were flickering.
Yeah, I forgot about this.
Dimming wasn't right. So, like, someone in the chat mentioned that, and it's true, on the website they have a bunch of different versions now. I'll bring it up. I think they might even have 3 or 4 different versions of their lighting controller now.
Mm-hmm.
And the one I got was version B, which was like for, I don't know, we'll bring it up, like voltage dimmers or something. Like, yeah, well, hard to say. All right, here it is. Here it is. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Bear with me. Now you can see it. All right. So look at all these controllers they got. They got like the UIS lighting adapter Type A. They got the Type B. Okay.
Which one do you have?
They have the Type D.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know which to get? Like, so one is for connector lights with PMW or 0 to 10 voltage dimmers, and one is for resistor dimmers. One is for lights with dimmer control with wire drivers. Like, you gonna find that info on your Mars Hydro lighting manual? Like, for real? You think that's
Should.
gonna happen?
It should.
I don't know. I couldn't find them. I'm just saying, couldn't find mine.
So what'd you end up doing?
So I flipped a coin. I got Type B, and it was wrong apparently.
Okay.
That's what I did.
Of all the
That's what I did.
That's don't do no. Oh.
And so Monster, but the point was, Monster, you mentioned that I should be using this UIS control plug
that's what I would
outlet, the one right here.
Yep, make it
which
simple.
I did. Had some of those. I tried that. I just plugged my light into that, and it's great. It's working great. It's not no malfunction in the dimming. You just can't control the dimming from the app. It's fine.
Yep.
But happy with it.
Yep.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you can find which type of.
If I were you, I would just Amazon all of them and then fucking return the ones you don't need.
I know. What a
my
pain in the
gosh.
ass, though, right? Like there's so. But for real,
Well, actually,
what a pain in the ass.
Me personally, I just leave it the way it is because I don't give a fuck about the dimming. But yeah,
That's kind of what I thought too. I
go,
was just
glad
like,
it's working out for you.
I'll just dim it manually, like an old school grower. You know, we don't have to automate everything, do we?
You don't have to. It's nice to be able to not in some ways.
I mean, I like personally, I always kind of liked hand watering, you know? If it didn't take up so much time and I wasn't such a busy man, like I would probably start doing it again. But I do love me those auto pots, I will say.
Yeah, auto
Makes
pots for
things
the win.
super easy. Speaking of auto pots, we had someone ask in the chat, or in the Discord. They wanted to talk about clean reservoirs.
Oh yeah, like reservoir maintenance.
Yeah, reservoir maintenance, and like specifically, I think in like using like an air pump or an air stone or some type of aeration.
Yeah, I don't recommend that.
No, why not?
In the Residol, not
Yeah.
to like mix up keep your.
No, because air pumps will raise your water pH, and they're really not even that effective at mixing the water. Like the bubbles going to the top's not doing much for you. You're better off with a small water pump, mixing the water that way.
Just keeping it constantly like rotating in the reservoir and keeping things mixed.
Yeah,
Using a small
I
pump.
promise you, a air pump isn't. It may give you the illusion of like those bubbles coming to the top and it's mixing the water for you, but it's really not.
Well, like and some people out like have those air stones. That's not.
Yeah, I don't give a
that's not
shit what you
you're
have.
talking about.
Yeah, no, useless in my opinion. And plus they'll
Just get an air pump.
they'll raise the water pH. Just get a
Really? Do
a
they?
water. Yeah, just get a water pump.
I mean, so why do they do that? Why? Do you know why?
It's something like the carbon dioxide in the air or something like that. I don't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's someone's a chemist in the.
Well, here's the thing. There's
to
like
let us know.
there's like they're noisy. They're not that effective. They use a fair amount of power. I don't want to hear that humming all the time.
Yeah.
Just get a water pump, and if you want to add air to the water, you can. What I do is I just have a hose go to the top of the reservoir and feed down, and water fall back in, and you get air that way.
Like
Keep things moving.
yeah, it's constantly just mixing back into the reservoir. It's not
Correct.
maybe not adding as much, but like
Actually, I would argue it's adding more air
yeah,
because
all right.
the way oxygen and air stone works to add those bubbles that you see is not the actual oxygen getting into the water. It's breaking the surface tension of the water, and that's how oxygen gets in.
Okay,
So if you break the surface tension, no matter how you're doing it, you're getting oxygen into the
cool.
water.
All right, awesome. So small air pump or water pump, you can get it from like a pet
Eh,
store, right?
Yeah, yeah. Amazon has ones for like $20. Like they're not expensive.
Cool.
Yeah.
We've heard, Photo Plus say like, it is good to like it can eat sludge and stuff in your lines. Now, I wouldn't like specifically rely on that to happen if you're just like adding organics to your reservoir and being like, oh well, I'm adding Photo Plus, so there's not going to be any
Yeah,
sludge.
that would be silly.
Now, are there any other products we can put in our reservoir that are designed to help just keep it clean,
Oh
free of
yeah, there are
free of
dozens.
stuff?
You can
Yeah.
buy cleanse or whatever like that, but I mean, I just like regular. I mean, water works just fine. Just scrub it clean. If you shouldn't really be putting too much organics like that in a reservoir.
No,
Anyway.
I don't.
Um,
Yeah, like I mean, I wouldn't put anything organic, honestly, in
yeah, you don't want
your
chunky shit
reservoir.
in there.
Like anything, yeah, that has like humates or any type of organic material in the reservoir. If it's going to sit, even if you're going to keep it like cycling with an air pump or whatever, it's going to grow some shit. You're going to start to turn funky. You're
Yep.
going to get sludge. You're going to get buildup in your autopot system. It's not going to be pretty, and you're going
So
to have to
I have
clean
a
very
small bucket
regularly.
that I use as a secondary res to feed like teas and stuff like that, and then
Cool.
immediately after that, I will flush with just water, just regular water. Get
So you
all
got
that shit out of
one
lines.
straight water, and then every
So
once in
what
a
I'll do
while
is
you'll
I'll
switch it
feed
up.
them. I'll feed the small reservoir, right? I'll open that up and let that drain out, and then I'll just put a little bit of like res water in there, to flush it out and make sure that's going through the lines, because you don't want that nasty shit sitting in the auto pot
No, no,
lines,
you
like
don't.
the going to the pots. That's how you get clogs and stuff like that. So I'll immediately do that. That'll be like, you know, and not much. Doesn't take much. You just want enough to be able to go through the lines, and then also flush your lines after any type of feeding like that. Like they, so I don't know. A lot of people, I'm surprised. I've seen this before. They don't even. So at the end of your autopot run, you should have a hose coming out with a shutoff valve on it, and you can open and close that to flush the lines. You want to be doing that weekly. Uh,
Yeah, it's about like smart kind of system design too. Like I mean, you have to put a nozzle on the end of the line so you can have that flush. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Which isn't isn't that tough. I think like they have the systems just on the website built like that. If you order like a 4-piece kit, it'll come with the ability to flush your lines. But how big is your small reservoir then, and how
5 gallons.
long does it take? How long would you say it takes for that to empty?
Well, it
So
depends
you're
on how much
not
you put in it. I usually only throw like a gallon
just
or
a little
so in
bit. All
there.
right, word,
Yeah.
word. Yeah. So organics in a res, just kind of a general no-no. You know, that's why I would always add everything on top feed the plants, and it was just water and Photo Plus in the reservoir, which I always found worked very well. No real buildup, no nothing. Of course, this time around I was adding the Athena to it as well, which again, clean. I didn't notice any buildup, and it worked well. So, what are we saying, Nicholas? You won't win the microbial war? No, you won't, man. You won't. We're not trying to kill everything in the reservoir. You're not trying to like make it sterile, I would say. You're just trying to like I guess I was saying like there's products that are designed to like decrease your chance of getting a clog, getting sludge up in there. That's not the stuff you want to see in your res, you know? Like a black film on top.
Ugh. Gross.
A little bit of an oil slick. It just smells like sulfur. Eesh.
Gross.
Those broccoli terps coming through.
No.
Ew.
We don't want no. So, you know, it's pretty easy, I would say, to take care of your reservoir. You know, how often are you measuring your pH in there, Monster?
Never.
Just once when it goes in, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's some instances where I'll check it, but it's usually right on. It just stays consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's again, same thing. I measured it, I put it in. I don't worry
The only
about
time
fluctuation. I
I'll
guess
I'll
unless you're
check it
using
is
an
if
air stone or something like that. If it's making your
you want it
if
to
you're
drift a little bit anyway. Look, that's the reality of it. Like to get proper absorption of all the
oh,
nutrients.
gotcha.
But like, unless I see a problem in the plants, then I'm like, you know, I won't bother checking. There's been some instances where and this is the reason I stopped using Mega Crop. I come in and plants just not looking great. I check the res and it's sitting at like 4, and there's like a bunch of sludge at the bottom of my fucking reservoir
pH
because
drift.
Mega Crop just didn't
mix.
it's just falled out of solution.
Oof.
And there's a couple batches like that, and I'm like, yeah. So like I remember I sent them a complaint, and then they sent me another bag, and it was good, and then I bought another bag, and it was the same thing. It was back to, I'm like, it's just too inconsistent, so that's why I stopped using it. Good product, I really liked it, but yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. What can you do? Yeah. So speaking of good products, I liked, but definitely don't use in a reservoir. Don't use fish shit in your reservoir.
no, I mean you can.
I wouldn't.
Not something I would
I
recommend.
would.
That's one of those things if you
Mine
want to
turned it
use,
funky as shit.
you can just kind of like have a little syringe, and just kind of like feed it to the plants in the trays if you really wanted to get it to them.
Yeah, it's funny. Like again, microbes aren't typically a thing that I would want to put in a reservoir.
Yeah, Photo Plus is the only one I'd
It's
recommend throwing in there.
yeah, like
And there's other
it's
ones like
an
liquid
exception, and it
or
was
there are liquid microbes that will probably play well, but I like the ability of the Photo Plus to help cleanse the lines a little bit too. You know,
yeah.
I just liberally pour that shit in. I don't
Dude,
measure.
no, I go through too much of that stuff. But again, it's good stuff.
I mean, in general, you kind of want to minimize the distance between your plants and what they need. So having it in a res on the far end of a line, I don't know, I just feel like you'd lose a lot of your microbes that way. Just put it directly in the plant.
Yeah, just inoculate the soil, not the reservoir. That's my advice. Yeah, there you go. We got another pH adjuster. It's good advice, honestly, because like you said, Monster, like the nutrient absorption thing's kind of on a curve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It generally isn't going to go down unless there's a problem with your nutrients. It's going to go up. So I try to aim for 5.8 and just let it roll.
Yeah.
And I've checked
Aim
it
low,
and come
let
in
it
at like
rise.
it's at like 6.1, 6.2, and I'm perfectly okay with that. You know, after a week, if there's any left and it's risen to that, it's fucking fine with me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks, Nicholas. No, I didn't mean to single you out, man. We appreciate you.
Yes, we did.
You chiming in the chat.
No, just fucking with you.
So yeah, just keep up with your reservoir maintenance, whatever you are using for a reservoir. Don't let anything weird grow in it, and definitely clean it out in between runs. Give it a good old-fashioned scrub with elbow grease.
And then rinse well. You don't want any
Definitely rinse well.
soap left behind.
No, or cleaning chemicals. Like I was using some hardcore shit this round, G3. Like we had ammonia going on up there. I was
I hear if you mix that with bleach, it works well.
makes the best gas you'll ever smell. It smells like Dijon mustard, man.
I guess I should have to put a disclaimer on that so people don't do that.
It's
Don't
April
mix ammonia.
Fools.
Yeah, don't mix ammonia and bleach, please. Jesus fucking
No,
Christ.
don't.
Go
You have
kill
to say that
yourself.
shit because they're fucking retards that'll do it.
Use one or the other. Now, I've always been a fan of ammonia. Not gonna lie. Like my mom used that shit to clean. Like I associate that kind of like astringent chemical smell with being really clean. I don't know. So I like that way better than bleach. It's less harsh too.
Yeah. I'm a bleach guy. I like the smell of bleach. Yeah. Plus it's always readily available. It's just there. Yeah. Nice clean.
We should
rim of
get
bleach.
together and spray some of our preferred
Yeah.
cleaning materials.
Cleaning
in the
products,
same
terp
room.
preference.
Yeah. We'll just set up a couple of GoPros and stream it. Fucking.
Try to when two people who use different cleaning products try to clean the same tent, disaster strikes.
God.
Yeah, one or the other. Yeah, you can use vinegar. You can use a lot of things, man. I wanted to just get like hardcore. I wanted to use some shit that was like caustic, that was gonna like,
This was a psychological thing.
Yeah, this was more of a me problem. And then I got in the shower, like, just get the bugs off. Oh my god, I can't get clean. Can't get clean. No,
I recommend a
didn't
therapist.
happen. It didn't happen. It was a traumatizing grow. Not gonna lie, I struggled. That, like, it happens. I got through it. I'm on the other side. Happy as shit to be starting a new chapter. This is the grow we shall not speak of. Okay, never again. I do not want to be reminded.
All right, I'll do my best.
I know
I'm
that's
kind
not
of a
going to
prick.
happen.
I don't promise anything.
Yeah.
I don't promise that at all.
Just be like, like you just can't say the name. It should be like a Harry Potter kind of thing, I don't know. So before
fear
we
of the
go,
name increases fear of the thing itself.
Yeah, before we go, because I gotta piss like a motherfucker.
well, before we go, I wanted to bring up a Patreon garden. Got time for that?
Yes.
I mean, you can come.
You
come
can
back.
go.
Yeah, go.
No,
You can go and come back.
We can roll. I'm a big boy. I'm not gonna fucking. I learned to hold my bladder a long time ago.
Man, that's taking one for the squad. I love it. Just
I want to see.
Throw a letter P in the chat for Monster. Salute his efforts. I got a good one tonight.
I did have like
one
4
tonight.
Celsius during the show, so that was helpful.
It happens, man.
Yeah,
It happens.
I'm not driving,
All right. So tonight I wanted to kick down the door of Diabetic. Going in.
Hold up. We're coming in.
We're in.
Uh-oh.
So,
Holy shit, we got a proper jungle going on here.
yeah, dude. This guy's got it going on. So this
Not
was the
fucking
beginning of his grow along grow here. We are in what appears to be a 5x5. This looks like a big tent to me.
Yeah.
I want to say it's definitely, yeah, that's bigger than a 4x4. But I could be wrong.
It's hard to say. 5x5s aren't quite as common, so keep that in
They
mind.
aren't.
It could be a 4x4.
Could be. You're right.
Big ass
Ooh.
leaves.
Beautiful
Ooh, I
looking,
love that.
wide, fat leaf with how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's an 11 leafer. 11-point leaf. Love it.
Beautiful. That's beautiful work.
Yeah. So he's growing that Hubba Bubba grape. in the grow along. Man, look at that. Like dinner plates.
Whoa.
Massive leaves. Yeah, I think a lot of us saw that this round. That's a joint genetic thing. So he's got a really nice scrog. Healthy looking plants, probably like day 5 of flower or right before the flip. Like,
I like how he's got the scrog prepared there.
right? Because he knows shit's
He
about
knows,
to
yeah.
pop off.
Yep.
Like, he knows he's in for a world of hurt if he doesn't control these plants right now. But a beautiful setup. You know, it looks like he's... Does he have the tray to grow in there? And he's got like a couple... I'm not sure. I'm seeing some like... There's a couple solo cups. There's a couple big pots and trays. Interesting, cool setup. Bar style light. Yeah, he's got it going on, man. So we will skip ahead a couple weeks in his garden. 'Cause here they are, a few weeks into flower. They've got the pom-pom buds. They're praying.
Ooh.
Beautiful. I love
Praying
that stage
hard.
of the grow. That's my favorite part of the grow, where it's like they're just kind of coming into their final form.
Wait, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back.
Yeah, what's
Go back,
going
go
on
back,
there? This?
Go back. Go on back one
That?
more. That one.
This
Look
one.
at that purple. Next one.
This one. Yeah.
Yes.
I know. Deep purple.
That's
Coming
crazy
in.
looking.
And it's like probably the first sign of it too. It's like that. There's always one day you show up and it's like, oh my God, purples. It's cool.
Yeah, very pretty.
There's so much going on that phase of the grow. It's always my favorite. So, dude just has a lot going on, right? So here's that same plant you were talking about, G3, which I have to believe I see that, that cushion OJ in there. It's got that distinct purple narrow leaf. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's got that cushion OJ
like
as a grandparent.
Serrated leaves.
Yeah, like a bread knife.
Yeah.
I know. It'll cut you if you're not careful. Beautiful looking plant though.
Pretty.
So he's running. Yeah, right. He says Clonex. It is a nice color, man. That is a good point. That nice crimson, beautiful color. All right, he's got the good stuff, man. That bud bread, the big 6 from Build-A-Soil. That is a key, in those key micronutrients. You can't forget about those. He's using aloe, molasses, concentrated fish poop. Don't put that in your reservoir. Here, we'll skip ahead here because I want to show you like the end. Whoa. All right. Here we are.
Ooh.
Look at this bud.
That
Hubba
is
Bubba
so
grape.
Pretty.
In all her glory. So like this, just like to me screams Hubba Bubba.
Oh yeah.
That like chunky, like Hershey Kiss structure to it.
It's so pretty.
It is.
Oh my
With
gosh.
the purples. Beautiful work. Little blurry on that shot, not gonna lie. This one, it's tough to get great pictures of weed with a cell phone camera. Like, man, there is an art to it. There you go. Steady. That was the first one. You had steady hands there. Beautiful buds. Look at her coming through with the colors as she senesces.
So pretty. Oh, I love those stripes in there.
Mm-hmm. the fat leaves too. Beautiful plant, man. Like
she looks like autumn. So
All right,
pretty.
this was the set here. I was just like, oh, holy fuck! Look at this.
Yeah, I
Right?
like that.
I know. I always love that. Like, it's very artistic the way you've composed this shot.
It is. It looks like a forest out of a sci-fi movie.
Yes, with the off focus plants in the background and in the foreground, the chunky nugs. Yeah, beautiful stuff. This should be in an art museum. And then, yeah, show me those colors, man. Show me those chunks. Look at that.
Yeah, he's definitely not gonna be weed poor.
Dude.
No. And they're
Like-
gonna be so easy to trim too. That's just nug. There's like no leaf there.
All right, so we can kind of compare, like, size-wise. Because, all right, I know what a square of that AC Infinity elastic scrognet is. Like, that's probably a 3-inch square. You know what I mean? 3-inch square. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah,
There are buds in here that just, like, take up the entire square. Like this one on the left is massive. Look at that thing.
Wow.
yeah.
It's like it would barely poke through if you had to
Like some
scrog it now.
Coke can size fucking chonkers.
For sure. Massive buds, dude. As the purples keep developing, as you know, the closer you get to harvest, like that Hubba Bubba is known to throw blacks and deep
Oh
reds.
my
like
goodness, look at that leaf.
That crimson. I know, right? Boy,
I love it when the bud structure has just like those tiny little foxtails like that. You can tell it's completely genetic because when it dries and you're breaking it off to grind it, they're so easy to just grab each little one. I love that structure.
Same. Yeah,
Incredible.
this is great stuff. Yeah, I got a fucking tuxedo cat behind me fucking shit up now, if you can hear him. They'll do that. Look at this shit, man. Yeah, like, dude, we saw the beginning of it. Like, this is the end, right? When you do it right and you got your shit dialed in, like, to see it come to fruition is just a beautiful thing, you know?
Yeah, he killed it.
He sure needed that second scrog to it. Well, at least for these big plants. I mean, of course, well, it looks like there is a cola of the smaller middle one that made it up to the top, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
That's got to be a 5x5. Looking at it like
yeah,
this.
I think it's a big tent. Yeah, let us know, Diabetic. You know, what gear are you running? What light do you got? It looks like you have the tray to grow system, I would think, and
Yeah,
you're just
that's what it
flooding
looks
that
like.
reservoir there with. I thought I saw lines and stuff. Yeah, like just really well done, man. Really well done. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! There's a couple more.
Wow.
That
Beautiful.
aerial shot. Right? You can really see their personalities here in this one. Awesome stuff. Like, wow. Look at that shit, man.
Mm.
So yeah, just
Oh my
props to you,
goodness.
man. Just, you know, thanks for posting in the Discord. Thank you for being a part of the grow along, and congratulations on your massive harvest. And now don't fuck up the dry, and we'll be all fine, right?
Looks like he's got it under control.
Yeah, it does. It does. He's got it all worked out here. Look at that. He's got the same kind of system I use. This looks like it's either a dehumidifier or a portable air conditioner that he is using a register box, I believe it's called, to direct that current right into your tent with some ducting. I do the same thing, brother. But yeah, even to make sure that we know he's got the dry dialed in. Look at that. He posts his fucking.
Looks pretty good to me.
Mm-hmm.
He posts his stats from his AC Infinity controller. Like so.
Nice.
So when I say don't fuck your dry up, it's just boom right there. He's like, "Fuck you, Captain." How dare you? I love it, man. No, I love it. This is what we like to see in the Discord, and just love to see our people killing it. Posted just yesterday. He's got some labs going, and he's going to hit the outdoor garden with a good dose of this. Get the soil ready for some veggies. Look at that stuff. Homemade labs. Just makes you want to make some cheese, doesn't it?
Not particularly. But
No? Curds and whey, anybody? Ah, man. Yeah, cool stuff, man. Thank you for posting. Thank you for sharing. But yeah, let us say goodbye for this week, everybody. Join us in our Discord. We're over there most times. You can find us on Instagram too, but
Sometimes. They seem to be.
I just posted. I'm actually going to make a YouTube video real soon. I got to get back on that medium too. It's a good one. Good spot. Good people over there. So, yeah, come join us. Thank you for everyone who came live. We appreciate you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
You make it interactive and fun. And your homework, as always, tell a friend, tell a Gromie about the show, drop our name in a Grow chat, in a Reddit thread, just word of mouth. That's what we like. And until next time, don't get caught.